we're going to see some people directly confronting their deepest fear. Even though more Americans die while driving than any other form of transportation by far, there is something about boarding a plane where you have no control, you're thousands of feet up in the air, and your destiny is completely in the hands of somebody else that can really freak some of us out. So if you have a truly crippling fear of flying, can it be cured? ABC's Byron Pitts introduces us to a man known as the plane whisperer.
For many, flying on a plane is a terrifying experience.
Oh my God, you guys, oh my God.
It's been 35 years.
For them, the mere thought of being trapped in a plane 30,000 feet in the air, pure white-knuckle, chest-thumping, I could barely breathe fear. Like in this documentary, Fear of Flying. Caught on camera.
It was such bad turbulence.
And that's why these men and women are here.
So we're waiting for him to open the door.
This retired Air Force pilot turned therapist is the plane whisperer for those deathly afraid of flying. This is Captain Ron Nielsen's newest class, Phoenix, Arizona's Sky Harbor International Airport. They have 1 week to overcome a life of anxiety and what for many is a deep and painful sense of shame.
So silly, so embarrassing.
It's time for me to get on a plane and fly.
It's estimated 25% of all flyers have some degree of fear. For this group, it's moderate to severe, and that despite knowing the numbers. Your chances of dying in a plane crash is 1 in 60 million, no matter how frequently you fly.
An airplane, I feel like I'm in a tube of death that just flies through the air waiting for it to fall out of the sky.
Hollywood's made a profit off of that fear for generations in blockbuster movies like Flight.
From make-believe to real-life drama. That Malaysian airline mystery has the globe on edge, and those truly afraid of flying in a near panic.
It makes you not want to fly.
Sue Milgrove is a real estate agent by day, member of a rock band by night and weekends. This mother of 3 with an MBA is fearless in most phases of her life, but put her on an airplane.
For some reason, my brain attacks my body. It tells me I'm going to die. Sometimes I jump up and I go to the flight attendants and I'll say, I'm scared. I don't want to sit in my seat anymore.
So when you get on, just go on and pretend like you own the thing.
This is the 4th time she's taking Captain Ron's class.
Are you ready? Let's go.
Her motivation? Pretty simple.
I want to take them to Disney World in Florida.
Not happening.
No, I can't be on the plane for 4 or 5 hours. I just can't, and I'm afraid of panicking with them. And I think then what would happen?
Part of what Sue and the others will learn, face your anxiety head on. The class does a walkthrough aboard a plane they've been reassured won't take off.
So how about a big cheer for all of us? We made it.
Information, the captain tells them, is key to overcoming fear.
What I find for most people is the first thing they need to do is give themselves permission to be afraid.
For Sue and the others, easier said than done. In 7 days, they'll go from the classroom to a real flight, Phoenix to Burbank, California, and back home.
Thanks.
Sue's going to Las Vegas. If you're going to gamble, why not gamble?
No matter what it takes, I'm going to keep putting myself in that plane, and if I embarrass myself, so be it.
It's Saturday morning. We're at Phoenix Airport. It's the 3rd and final stage of this class. Call it graduation day.
But who will pass?
I feel a little nervous, a little anxious.
Nancy Linkswiller used to fly as part of her job. After a panic attack mid-flight, she stopped flying and changed jobs.
It's been about 6 or 7 years since I've flown.
I need to accomplish this task. This is something I put off for a long time.
Ross McGinley's fear of flying kept him from attending his own parents' burial.
Why didn't I go? I should have gone, etc., etc. Sort of a guilt trip.
It's painful, this fear.
Very painful. Very painful. It's shameful.
Shameful why?
That everybody seems to do it so effortlessly.
He hasn't flown in 35 years.
I was taking care of my panic attack.
As you'll soon see for Jessica, it will take all effort. Hers, her husband, and their children. She's never flown before. But first, a quick tip from Captain Ron. Distractions, he says, are a good thing. Bring a book, music, anything that takes your mind off your anxiety.
You go past the food court, grab a drinking straw, get on the airplane, and restrict your breathing through the straw. If you can control your breathing for the first 2 minutes of flight, you've got 90% of the battle licked.
I don't know.
How about over here?
Who's gonna hold me? Oh my God.
Jessica forgot her straw.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
She took a pill to take the edge off.
Are we okay? Are we good? Are we done? Lexi, close the window. Why? How did it get open?
What happens when you take that much medication?
I didn't take a lot.
I know.
She only took one.
Yeah, but what happens is then you end up inducing some anxiety in yourself. Okay.
Captain Nielsen says no alcohol and no drugs unless prescribed by a physician. Self-medication, he says, might only add to your anxiety, and Jessica has plenty of that.
It's gonna crack open.
But you're focused on anything but the thing that you should be focusing on is you. Okay.
Yeah, I know. I don't want to die.
Alright, folks, this is a completely full flight today, so...
Minutes later, and much to our surprise, Jessica is calm, actually enjoying herself.
So cool.
Well,
I am very well.
you're smiling.
Yeah, it wasn't as bad as I guess I thought. I think maybe this is my first time flying, so just getting over that hurdle. It's actually beautiful. I'm sorry.
And Jessica's classmate Nancy, the joy of overcoming her fear overwhelms her.
Gosh, it's like the world opens up again.
The landing was as smooth as the flight. Jessica spoke, and should we say, screamed for everyone in the class. Everyone but Ross. Although he kept quiet the entire flight, he was horrified.
The beginning and the end are hard. I'm actually thinking about driving back.
The anxiety overwhelming. He decided to drive back to Phoenix, alone in a car for 6 hours with more regrets, more shame.
Sue Wilbro, is she out there, Sue?
Oh, Lord.
But remember, it's taken Sue 4 classes to get to this point. It wasn't easy, but she made her flight to Vegas.
As for the rest of the flyers,
I'd love to take credit for it, but it has nothing to do with me. It's always to do with you guys.
Captain Ron rewards them with a certificate.
Once again, you've cheated death by flying with me.
But their real reward is having traveled from fearful to fearless.
It's like a little adventure when you get on the plane. It's just an adventure, that's all it is. You know? People who have a fear of doing this kind of stuff, or they feel like they don't have control of things. But you know what? I think the best part is not having the control. Not having it. Do you know what I mean? Just letting it go.
For Nightline, I'm Byron Pitts in Phoenix.